Hi, this is Jar Citizen Gamer, and that right there is something you never actually want to see when the game goes live. Now, the reason I'm showing that is because, well, obviously you wouldn't expect small arms to be able to take out a ship to that degree. Now, I would expect maybe some kind of damage, but that's a bit extreme. That pistol must be packing something major. Now, when I was younger, I was into a lot of pen and paper role-playing games. One of the earliest ones I ever played was a game called Robotech. I don't even remember where I got the book, to be honest with you. But it was made by Palladium, and it follows the Rift's rule system. And what they do for damage is they utilize something called MDC and SDC. SDC stands for Standard Damage Capacity, if I remember right, and MDC stands for Mega Damage Capacity. Now, why I think this system is just awesome and can be applied very well to a limited degree to Star Citizen is for situations just like the ones I just showed you. To give you an example of the difference in damage, 100 SDC is the equivalent of 1 MDC, but SDC attacks will typically do 0 damage to an MDC object, and while a MDC weapon will do full damage to an SDC target. For example, a tank shooting a human, if the tank's gun only does 5 MDC, that's 500 SDC to the human and would pretty much be an instant kill. So I've set up an example here. So what we have here is a handgun firing at a tank. Now, I don't care how many clips you have. I don't care how long you fire at that thing. You can fire at it all day. Nothing is going to happen to that tank. But if that same soldier pulls out a rocket launcher and fires at the tank, well, the results can definitely be satisfying. If the target is, of course, a human being, the pistol once again can do normal damage and have the potential of killing the human being. So once again, it's something that works very well. And if the human being pulls out a rocket launcher and fires at the other human being, well, that's overkill, as you can see here. So the reason I bring this up is that with a simple tag, the damage from a person's gun to a vehicle can actually be reduced or be completely invalidated depending upon how that tag is applied. So someone shooting at the outside of an Idris carrier with their battle rifle may not be able to do anything because of the thickness of the armor, but a soldier with a battle rifle shooting at an Aurora could do some damage. They wouldn't rip it in pieces like I showed you earlier, but they would definitely be able to put some holes in the hull and maybe do some damage to the internals, but they're not going to be able to go ahead and just whip out a clip and blow the thing in half. Anyway, so variations of this kind of theme could be applied so that with a balanced solution between how these two entities interact with one another. Anyway, I just wanted to introduce you guys to a system that I thought was really cool from a pen and paper game that I used to play a lot when I was in high school. And once I get done with the final portion of the videos I've been doing about hit points and weapon damage, defense, all those, there's only one more part and I'll be getting back onto just normal Star Citizen coverage. I don't want to bury you guys in a lot of, well, game theory, but to me, seeing how other games out there have handled situations like this, whether they're pen and paper or they're electronic, has always been very interesting to me. I'm a big game aficionado, whether it's pen and paper or it's strategy or it's flight or whatever. And so I'm spitballing ideas out there. We are still in alpha. Sometimes devs get to see these things. Sometimes they like an idea, sometimes they don't. But it's up to us as a community to kind of put things out there, I think, if we feel an idea is a valid one. And just to kind of give devs an idea to hopefully make the game as good as it can possibly be. As I said, there's just one more video coming out dealing with the shields and whatnot and the armor. And after that, I'll get back to normal news. But once again, guys, this is Jar Citizen Gamer, and thanks for your patience through all this, and I'll see you next time.